You're going to be picking up evidence from the past. And we're using that evidence to do two main jobs: to resurrect somebody from the past and also to build the experience of a site from the past.
The game is a whodunit puzzle adventure. It's a simulation of archaeological processes as best as we can represent them, whilst making them fun and entertaining and realistic.
Time Team ran for 25 years on Channel 4, and we've got a fairly large audience of dedicated fans who decided they wanted to bring the program back and got behind it and backed us on Patreon. And it means that the show is funded by fans. We made over 200 programs originally, and now we're making 3-4 a year. And we go with a complete team of about 100 people, a huge dome, which we have digitally. We do archaeology in 3 days. We kind of resolve a special question, and we put that material out onto YouTube for free for all our viewers around the world. And we've got 146,000 subscribers on one channel and 222,000 subscribers on another. Archaeology is a process of looking at all these mysterious problems and trying to find ways through them to solve a problem here. Can we translate this bit of Latin there? Can we identify this object? And what Bear's been doing is bringing together some of those skills and making them available to the person who's going to be playing the game.
From interpreting geophysics to microbiology, all sorts of different disciplines come into putting Time Team together. Bringing all those aspects of the investigation into a game makes perfect sense. It's a genre of puzzle and investigation.
What you'll be seeing here was what got me really excited. When you're an archaeologist, you're trying to create a picture of the past for people. And I was looking at a Roman villa that we could actually walk through, and you'll be seeing that. I call it the winter villa sequence. And that for me is kind of thrilling. I started out 30 years ago looking at ways to present archaeology, and it just seems now that this gameplay is a logical extension of that. And that's been very thrilling to see that happening. What's great for me is that I can see these trees were selected because we found the pollen in the archaeological deposits. The pots were there because we found those pieces. We found the evidence of Bears building that evidence from real archaeology. Here you can see some of the details of the building on your right. That was based on geophysical evidence. We scanned the land using radar so we could see the structures and the buildings underneath. And we're able to build these from some of the stone fragments. The color of the stone represents some of the objects we actually found. And here we're inside with two of our main characters that we're building. We found pieces of mosaic, so we were able to create that mosaic floor. And you can travel through this space as if you were there in the past. And this is real archaeology we're finding. And the viewer and the game player is going to come with us and uncover elements of that evidence. And each element of evidence they find and they can deliver helps build those pictures as we go along. In a way, Time Team's always been about time travel. And I rather think that if we can develop this more, it's a bit like the process of taking you back in the past. This is a real Roman villa, a reconstruction of one anyway. And it's the details I enjoy seeing. In the streams there, we found deposits, which included a horse's head that had been pushed in to make a sacrificial deposit. And you can see how Bear's been able to build this material, use the details and create a sense of actually being in a place like this in about 300 AD.
We've got the same location in late summer. So the crops are coming and the season is feeling sort of heavy. This is a selection of shots just to give an idea of exploring the villa in other eras of its own lifetime. As you play in the modern day setting, in the trenches, in the archaeology, you're bringing to life parts of the villa that have been uncovered. As you learn more, the villa itself, as which we're seeing here completed, will be progressively added to as we learn what's in the ground and what the finds themselves are. You piece together the past, and then you can explore it.
This represented the ideas that we knew from the belief systems of the people in the villa, that they believed in the spirits, the manes. And on site, we found the plaster from a wall painting, which you can see in front of you. And these manes will play into a bit of a storyline that we will build into the game, which is about how this woman died. Because we're always trying to find that question. What happened to this woman? How did she live? How did she die? We've got her bones, which you'll see in another part of the game, which Bear's put together. So we've reconstructed her from a sarcophagus, her bones, and we've been as accurate as we can be to present a portrait of this woman, but also to see her moving around. That's the idea of resurrecting the past in a way. You've seen the villa, but eventually you'll see this woman. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed what we've been able to show you so far. It's certainly been a great adventure for me working with Bear and Shadow Tour. And what I'm beginning to see is making me very excited. And I hope it does the same for you. Big thank you for the London Games Festival for allowing us the space to develop this. Time Team can be seen on YouTube. If you get onto that channel, it's free. You can watch 100 Time Team programs and catch up with us. When we were filming earlier this year, we had an archaeologist turn up and he said to us when he saw Bear's stuff and the digital dome, he said, wow, this is really the future of the past, isn't it? And I thought that was a great line.